Alright. Ready to go? Hopefully to make this go fast. Go fast. Alright. Here is my very first attempt at the Goldbox 3-game cycle. We are going to play Pool of Radiance, and then Curse of the Azure Bonds, and then Secret of the Silver Blades, all in a single sitting. Let's see how well I can get this done. Go ahead and start. Now. So, the Goldbox games. SSI's old great D&D games. These were the first games to ever use official AD&D rules, using first edition with a tiny bit of second edition thrown in, and a few other things adapted to make things go a little bit easier. We start in Pool of Radiance, where we are adventurers helping to free the city of Flan, which for centuries has been ruled by monsters. But now humans have started to build a new part of the city and are trying to take it from the monsters, and we are some of the people who have been hired to go and take care of that. Getting off to a very messy start, but that's okay. Fine. And you actually don't want armor. Just you're fine. Alright. I'm doing very specific equipment just for a bit of make a couple of things a little bit easier. Don't really need any spells on my cleric right now. I have a cleric mostly for the later games. Very messy beginning to this, but that's okay. Surprised by kobolds isn't good. Rather large party too. I probably ought to save and quit if we have too many encounters like this. This isn't a good place to really do much of a sleep spell either. So before I did a lot of the quests in here, we're not going to be doing as many of the quests actually. Picking up a few things here for equipment and a couple of useful items that we will use at some point. Rest for a few days to heal up. It's actually the fastest way. Encounters here can be very dangerous and long and not worth fighting, so we're saving just in case. We have a surprise party of gnolls. We flee and they will flee. Come here. Kill this poor trader and take his wagon. This will allow us to sneak our way past the bugbears, usually. Usually. There. That's very bad when we have to do that. Off to, again, a bad start. We come in here to get a disguise from these nice laundry ladies. Safety save here, because this is one of the most dangerous fights in the game. No. From here, okay. That was actually bad. That's the person I wanted to cast the sleep spell on. Now it's kind of pointless. Now we're going to have to kill this guy just normal, which we managed to do. Luckily with 6 people it's not too hard. Alright. So this wonderful thing gave us a good collection of stuff. Now I've got one more quick encounter to do in here. Give the password of Rhodia. Talk to this old man. Very nice old man. Alright. And now take his stuff. Bracer's Ring Wand. Actually, the bracers we want to give to Afro. Wearing these will now give him a good... Here, the Ring and Wand we're just going to sell. That was enough experience to get a couple of our guys started on the first couple of levels so that we can take the next area, as well as give us items that we can use to own the rest of the game very easily. I always get lost here, waste time. Flee, come through here. Leaving the castle. Take a boat back to the civilized area. It's nighttime now, which isn't great. Come in here, pool. Identify an item just to do some quick money changing. Can't even pick up jewelry, was so overburdened by platinum. Okay. Right. Alright, now we have enough experience for a little bit. Some of our people have enough experience for everything. Might be enough. Now we can come and train. We need to train our cleric. You have to visit training places to train in this game. Very annoying. The other guys can't train that yet, but we can train our thief. Afro will train to a level 2 thief. And now we are going to begin shenanigans. Save the game as A. You don't have anything we need to trade, right? Yeah, so we'll remove Agravain, add bags. We should not have those guys. Why are those guys here? That's a bit annoying. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take it now. Aegon. Okay, he's still there. That, slightly. I thought I got rid of all of my old characters. That's slightly complicated. Okay. Oh well. We'll deal with it. It'll get better, especially when I do things. Okay, so I remove Agravain, add bags. Now we're going to take this necklace and give it to Bags. We're going to remove Bags from the party and then drop the party. Add Bags back to the party. He has a necklace. We give it to Abe. Remove him. Save the game as A. Add Bags again. Abe trade his 2 necklaces to Bags. Remove Bags. Drop the rest of the party. Load party A. Add Bags. Give his 2 necklaces to Abe again. And that's pretty much all we need. We need just 2 more to make certain. So move him, save the game as A, add him again. Let's trade 2 to Bags, remove him. Drop the party. Mode A. Oops. Again. Very unfortunate because it basically soft locks the game if I try to add a character who got there. Fortunate. Okay, add Bags. Add Agravain back now that we have enough necklaces for everyone. We have these. Okay, so now these necklaces are going to let us own the rest of the game very easily. Hilarious that that happened. Okay. Now going to go to so-called keep. Going to hope that the Agravain doesn't get killed. We say Chestney to these undead and they leave us alone. So this place is pretty much safe except for a single battle. Save the game just in case. This is going to be a pretty easy battle because we have fireballs. Whoops. Oh well, didn't get hit. Inquisitive Missiles allows you to cast fireballs. They have a limited number of charges, but I'm not going to be spending too much time in this game, so this will get taken care of quickly. That was kind of not the place I wanted him to go, but that's okay. I can do it. Let's see. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, that should be enough to clear out most of the enemies. Really, usually one fireball is all you need to clear them out, but clearing out a second group down there just gets rid of some of the enemies who could attack on their turn as well. Quickly surrender after getting fireballed. We kill one. Talk to this ghost here who's preventing shipping. Tell him that we're taking the city back for the humanoids, and so he says, okay, I'll stop bothering shipping so you can send boats out. And that's all we need to do here. Now we have to say a new password, though, Samuel said, which is annoying, but we still can avoid all the fights by giving it. Once you give it once, you can then come back to here. Look until morning, because there is a day-night cycle in here. That's so-called keep. Alright, and now we need to train up again. We can train our cleric again. I think... Nope, can't train our mage yet. Train our fighters. Let's see. Cannot quite train our new thief either. Which is fine. Alright, so next is the Temple of Bane. First, we need to rest, which I guess don't really get a chance to do much there. Okay, so we'll just go to the bay, just rely on it. We've all need to take the boat. We're going to take the south entrance, come into here. Fireball some of these orcs. Finish off the last one. Voila. Okay, attack these orcs. If you get one random encounter, which you can avoid this battle, but it's almost faster to do the battle than it is to take the random encounter that you don't fight. Doesn't really matter. It's definitely not worth it to go, as it were, shopping for it. Okay, now, this is one of the more dangerous fights in the game because Mace is a high-level cleric who can cast hold person spells, but if we damage him before he gets a chance to hit, he won't be able to use it, plus eventually we'll blow him up with fireballs. We're not off to good luck here, though, because they are attacking us first. At least we didn't get worse luck and have Mace go before we did. That could still happen if he survives into the second turn of fireballs and he gets to go first. His spell takes time to cast, but the amount of time that the segments use and who gets to go in which segment is very, very random. So there is a good chance that he could still get a spell off. And yes, we just took care of him, though, so now... Almost got this battle over with. Okay, I think that should be good enough. At this point, we can just auto-combat. Now we can finally rest up our people, too. We don't actually need to memorize any spells we're not going to use. Need that. Now we're going to collect some experience. Open the trapdoor. Finding treasure gives you experience. We're not actually going to use any of it. Except for what we have in this one right here. We need to take the Dust of Disappearance. And I guess that's all we're really taking. I could use the wand. I have used it before, but I think that it's actually faster not to worry about it. So now we are going to just rest for days to heal up. That's the fastest way. Now we're going to go hunt a tiny bit more treasure for a little bit more experience. We need more experience largely for the next game, so we'll have enough. That tapestry actually isn't worth anything. Take the jewelry. Jewelry will also guarantee us some money. Okay, take the boat back to the civilized area. Turn in for a tiny bit. Alright, now we can not quite level up our cleric, huh? No, it's not super bad, though. Train to be a level 2 magic user. Learn magic missile for the next few games. Level 4 fighters. Level 3 fighters. Why can't she quite get to a level 3 cleric? Oh, I probably was trying to get the wrong person to do it. Train Afro to a level 3 thief. There we are. Alright. Now we're going to Yarash's Pyramid. So we need to go to the west. Whoever can pay. Stay here. Okay. Save the game because some wilderness encounters can be really bad. Pyramid. One quick battle that will throw a rock, move on. Throw a rock, move on. Throw a rock, move on. Get the password of knock knock. We really mean knock knock. Move away from the equipment. Bash our way into this room. Fireballs to blow. Oh, nice fireball. To blow up these guys a little bit quicker. Alright. Easy. Now we just killed him, even though we didn't destroy his equipment that was polluting the river. We did kill him, so that makes the river good. You actually don't need to... Okay, group of Sturges is going to be way too long of a fight. Can't talk your way past monsters like that. Sturges are one of the more interesting and nasty low-level AD&D monsters. Surprised by a group of Driders. Those we can convince to not fight us, so that's fine. Getting bad luck with our encounters, but that's okay. Alright, now we take a boat back to the civilized area. Okay, don't think I can train quite yet. Except this one, yes, I can do that. Cloud, very most important. So that, train our fighters, can't quite train them yet. I can train the thief to level 4, and he is out of money. He has just 200 left. He'll need a few more. Okay, so I need to get those guys some money. The fastest way to do that is probably Pool. Have you take 4 jewelry. Appraise, jewelry sell, jewelry sell. Okay, that should be enough. Take the rest of the 5 jewelry. Appraise, jewelry sell, jewelry sell. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Pool share. So now we all have enough money for all of our training, to the last of our training. Now we need to turn in this quest. 700. Oops. We leave. I gotta turn around, that's fine. They escort us out. Okay, now we might be able to train our cleric to 5. Good. Train our magic user. Can't train the magic user yet. Not until we finish the game. But that's okay. We'll get these 2 to level 4 fighter. And these guys to level 5 fighter, which is good. And probably can't quite train our thief up to level 5. That's okay. We need a thief just for a few instances in Secret of the Silver Blades, but it really does help. So that was... And the Arch is... So that's going to be messed up. I think I'll go back and edit those because I did them so badly. I can do that later. Not a big deal. Alright, so now it's just the castle. We're going to go to the bay. Sky's party is monsters. Save the game just in case things go wrong. They walk us past the gate. We get to enter the castle again now. Now it's time to go confront Tyrant Draxus. Make it through the hedge maze. Almost didn't go the right way. It's important not to bonk in the hedge maze because it'll ask if you want to try and cut through these poisonous hedges. You don't want to do that. Go through this secret door. Don't go down these stairs. Secret door up here. Sometimes we have trouble finding it for some reason. Alright, so now before we go up, we need to use the Dust of Disappearance. Or go down these stairs. The guards attack. Because we're invisible, they don't get to attack us. One of the tricks we were using against the mage back in the beginning, it's really hard to remember to talk about all those things because it goes so fast and I'm concentrating on stuff. But if you move away from an enemy, they do get a counterattack against you, what they call a reaction in later D&D things, to attack you from behind too, so you have less armor class. When you're invisible, of course, they can't do that. Invisible makes us invincible. But by doing that, if you do it before they get their turn in a round and force them to react, using what I call a little force reaction exploit, they don't get their turn that turn. It's kind of, some people have considered it a glitch. I don't know, it's kind of just more an AI exploit. Too minor to be considered a real glitch, but useful in that particular fight against that mage so he can't blast us with the lightning bolt. Here is, because we have invisibility here, though, these guys can't target us. If they're in melee, they will attack us like they did to, who was it there? Adder, they were attacking, yeah, before he got a chance to move. But if they're not in melee, they can't seek me out. They can't target me with range or spells, so the spells are worthless. All those things are useful. So now we're going to take a bunch of this stuff here. Light mail. And that's all I actually really need to take. Okay, so now trade this to Ailey. Alright, ready that, and you'll use it automatically. Not the necklace, though. He's immune to fire. Probably don't need to do that because we're probably too close to that they'll throw the thing, because they actually are smart enough not to do that here. But, oh well. Alright, and that's, yeah, that should actually be it. Okay, now we all attack Tyranthraxus. And now we're just going to quick combat him. Our two guys in back will shoot bows, which will do decent damage. Hopefully none of our guys die. They could. This can be a tough fight. Okay, dying. Okay, not actually super bad. Why I loaded this fight, though. Unconscious. Okay, they're both just unconscious. This is not actually all that bad. It's okay. If Abe died, that would probably be a reset. Ailey actually can die because one loss of Constitution won't affect her. I have enough to raise dead at the temple. Faster than redoing the fights, as annoying as it is. Same thing, I'm going to first be getting these guys healed. Now, I've defeated Tyranthraxus, but his spirit just possesses things, so he's going to come back in the next game. He's a demonic spirit that possesses mortal bodies in order to rule and do his evil things here in the realms. He's a minion of Lord Bane, one evil god. We very much need healing. Let's heal him. How much money do we have? Still plenty. Alright, so now we need to train. Before we do anything else. It doesn't really matter. I don't really need that either. Okay, can't train any of the fighters. Should be able to train the thief, though. And it's important to do this because I'm about to get a lot more experience. And if you have too much experience to train in one session, they actually remove all of your experience. Okay, there's technically Pool of Radiance, although now I need to... train to a level 6 cleric. Train to a level 5 magic user. Learn the haste spell. Level 6 fighters. Level 5 fighters. And a level 6 thief. Okay. Now I can remove my party, exit to DOS. Now we're going to transfer our characters. So we go to Pool of Radiance. Bailey, okay, now I'm copy these characters. That's what's going to go on. This is another thing I have to do. Now I load up my curse save, which... Yes, this one here. Now I paste it here. Alright, now we load up Curse of the Azure Bonds. Add from pool. Putting them in this order gives them all sorts of stuff. Alright, so now we're going to begin the game. We awaken in a small room, so now suddenly we're in Cormyr. Now, not the spells I wanted. Now we actually need spells. Hold persons are going to be pretty valuable in this game. Forgot to adjust my speed, which I always do. So now we've been ambushed. All of our equipment has been stripped from us. Good thing we didn't have a lot to begin with. We awaken in this inn. Somebody has paid for all of our stuff here. Luckily, these guys work all times of day and night. They don't close up shop. So now we get to buy our stuff. Flail's in the middle there. I wonder what would be the fastest weapon for her to get. It really doesn't matter what melee weapon she has so much. Let's see. The thief is actually the one who needs the longsword. There we are. I remember who gets what. Oh yeah, I need to give him bows too. So our people in back will use bows for a little bit. It'll be a little bit faster. People up front just stick to their weapons. We're only going to use the bows for a short time, but there are a few fights where it's useful. Alright, now we need some more experience so that we can level up. So, except for the cleric, who can level up now. We want to train. Ailey to a level 7 cleric. She couldn't train in Pool of Radiance. They don't allow you to go past level 6, so we had to wait until we come here. Now we come into the curse bar, punch the barkeep, get into a brawl. This will give us a little bit of experience. So our characters gain so much experience at the end of Pool of Radiance that they lost the experience. They could have gone up 2 levels, but they don't let you go up that high. So when I trained, I lost all the experience to that level, so I need 1 experience to level up again. So this fight will take care of that for us. And then we can train up. 58 experience is enough to level all of us. Now we come back into here to train. Level 7 fighters. This will make the next portion of the game actually quite a bit easier. So that's all we can train for now. Probably. I actually might be able to... I'm not sure with the thief especially. Okay, he has enough, but he can't train, so the mage definitely won't be. Alright, that's fine. So now we'll go ahead and begin adventuring. Now we have to go talk to the Sage Filani, tell her the truth. And we can't progress until we do this. She tells us what she knows about the weird sigil tattoos we've got in our arms, but she actually doesn't know anything. Which is unfortunate, but oh well. We have to... She gives us a bunch of misinformation stuff, because particularly Dracandros has modeled his... I should be using Kurt on her. Oh well. Dracandros has modeled his symbol on Elminster, who is famous. So we surrender, they throw us in jail. Luckily they don't take our weapons, just like any good RPG jail. Thieves break us out, and the thieves want our help because the problems here are being caused by these fire knives. Fire Knives are a group of assassins who are trying to overthrow the kingdom of Cormyr, and these thieves and they're wiping out the Thieves Guild here in Tilverton, so they want our help against them. And, but before we can really get to this alliance, the Fire Knives and their thief allies do break in. Hold person can target up to 3 individuals, and... Okay, that was pretty good. I should be changing the music here. We can go from Pool of Radiance to Curse of the Azure Bonds now. Okay, she was damaged, so she can't do anything this turn. Just alt combat. While I'm doing this, I will adjust the music to Curse of the Azure Bonds music. The game doesn't actually have music. So, So I provide background music. Not always the appropriate ones showing up, but that's okay. So not the best thief fight here. But anyway, so now the Thieves Guild is basically broken up, so we have no more allies after this, though we had a few for this battle. And the Fire Knives are one of the 5 people who have put these bonds on us to make us their masters, and each of them has a plot to use us for. Oh. Actually, didn't have the game going. Alrighty. I want to save the game because random encounters can lose a lot of time. That one's okay because we can avoid the thieves. Just have this fight with the doggos. Can't do really much against them with the stuff we have. But anyway, so the Fire Knives want us to assassinate the king. It turned out when we attacked the king's carriage when it arrived, it wasn't the king, it was a double he has named Georgiani Wyverns Spear, I believe. He can perfectly mimic voices. He's more a bard than anything and a pretty cowardly one, but when his trait was discovered, the king decided to use him as a distraction double, especially for this since he knows that the Fire Knives are plotting to... are trying to take him out. So now we get our first important item here, which is dust, as well as a longsword and banded mail, which is minorly important. The longsword we'll just use in one fight, but it's pretty good still. Now we can hold up here, we can magic memorize our one hold person we got to get off. No other spells yet. Fix. Okay. This item is going to be very important, but we won't use it for a little bit. Not until we multiply it. Similar to how we did in Pool of Radiance. Okay, into the sewers. Sewers have no random encounters in them, actually. So as long as I do my thing right, we'll only have one... Darn. Okay, well, the good news is my thief was able to do that, even though I did it wrong. Only now I've lost track of where I am again. Yeah, this is fine. This section of the sewers I often get lost in. So we bargain with these Otyugs. They want us to wipe out another group of Otyugs so they can take their wonderful garbage pit area. But we agreed to do it so we don't have to fight them, but we're not actually going to because speedruns, we don't do side quests unless we really have to. Here we're going to get a semi-important magic item or two. Not a good start. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, this will be perfect. Excellent. Alright, so what we want here is these bracers for our thief. So he has a bit of armor class. He can't wear plate mail and do anything, so it's better just not to buy him any at all. And Ailey needs the staff sling, which will enable her to... gives her +1 to hit and +1 damage, so... She's going to be using that for pretty much the entire game. One of the most useful things we can do. Now we can rest. Aggravain can memorize his stinking cloud again. Anything that can disable enemies is really the most powerful thing in this game because you one-shot enemies that are paralyzed or such. We can't really train yet, sadly, but we can use this area to get into here. We can't get an encounter in this room. We don't want it. Now we can't get encounters, so we're safe. Now we can, so we want to save again. Encounters are slow. This is the room we want. Enter here. We find an armory with a super good stuff. We want this longsword and this necklace. And that is actually all we want. Except Ailey wants the flail, just in case she has to melee, which on occasion. These bracers are not good. We don't want them. Alright, so now we're going to save the game and quit. Reload the game. Now, in Pool of Radiance, in order to enter the party formation screen, you have to go to a training hall, but in Curse of the Azure Bonds and Secret Silver Blades, you can do it whenever you first load a game. So, in here, we can do the same trick again. We remove Aggravain, we add our good friend Bags to the party, and now we trade these 3 items to Bags. Remove Bags, overwrite him. It automatically overwrites in Pool of Radiance. You get a chance to not in this game, but it's still faster to that. Okay, so now Bags has this stuff, and he gives it back to him. Trade the 6 items to Bags again. Multiply them up again. Move him. Drop the party. I entered the sewers a long time ago. Also need to fix that one. Add Bags again. Now he has 6 items. Now we're going to give them all to Ace. Remove him. Save the game. If I don't save the game, then he gets overwritten with having nothing when I try to do this trick. So, okay, I only need 1 longsword now. Because I already have 5. Okay, once more. I don't need quite all the dust, but just in case something goes wrong, it's good to have a couple of extra. Alright. Alrighty. Now we add Aggravain back, and now it's time to distribute these weapons. He has, doesn't need that longsword anymore, so he needs longsword and give one to Afro. He also needs one more necklace. Okay, you need to give a sword to Adder and a sword to Aggravain. Nope, you, somebody has two now. Adder does, of course. And again, let's see, he has 4 necklaces, so give one to Ace. 3 necklaces each gets us pretty much through the entire game. We don't need that flail. So, let's see, a necklace to you and a necklace... Abe, I think. Did I already give one to Abe? No, he's got 3 now. Ace has 3 now. Adder has 3. Ailey has 3. Afro has 3 necklaces. He has his longsword. No. So now, with this +3 longsword, our people aren't going to want to use bows, so it isn't worth the time to try to use them. Yeah, because of his strength. I was a bit worried about his damage for a second, but it's because of his strength. He only has 1 necklace because he's going to get better items soon. Alright, now we can begin. Checkpoint to the east, and I forgot to do an important thing, so... quit and reload. Good thing I did this after I already did it. So, yeah. Alright, so now we are going to use one of these dusts. And now we surrender. The Fire Knives take us to their leader. Princess Nicasia they also captured, but she has breaks out of her bonds because she's a pretty awesome princess. Rain's the leader, so they can't control us anymore. And then we, this enables us to kill the rest of the Fire Knights. And because we have Dust of Disappearance, they can't see us or target us with their bows or their spells. And now we just use necklaces and missiles to do a huge amount of damage in a short amount of time to wipe them all out. Okay, that's rather dangerous for me to do that, but it worked out here. So now we're freed from the Fire Knives, we're kicked out of the city, have a dream about the rest of our masters, and now we need to journey to Ashabin Ford, doesn't matter how. We get our first of 2 wilderness encounters here. Rather annoying. Okay, so it looks like that's it. So now we have to kill... Oh, that's a nice grouping right there. Now, in Pool of Radiance, they will not target areas that'll hit your characters with their AoE items and spells if you're able to use spells in quick combat, which I've never figured out how anyway. But in this game, they are not so careful, so if you use quick combat, you have to make sure to remove the necklaces from them, or else they'll blow up the party. Alright, that was a very good Hippogriff fight there. Alright, now we go to the store first. Now, in order to change out items, we need to identify one. How much money do we have? Not a lot. So we need to take 4 jewelry and 15 gems. Faster to do it on one person. Okay, pool share. Now we have plenty of experience in order to train up, which is awesome. I don't think I quite have enough to level them. Alien might. We will see. It's pretty fast to check, though. Nope, nobody can level up except a level 6 magic user. Fireball might as well. And that's all the training we were able to do, which isn't a surprise because we have a lot of experience. Now we need to go to the inn. We can rest in the wilderness as well. It's all the same. We're going to go ahead and memorize 2 haste spells, though. Haley has all of hers. Okay, fix. We've rested. Alright, now we can leave. Journey on to the Standing Stone by Wilderness, so we don't get another encounter. The Strange Man is here. Journey on to Assembra by the Trail. Journey on to Hap by Wilderness, and we get attacked by dragons. This is our second Forced Wilderness encounter, and our last one, luckily. We don't have any choice now. And this is not bad, actually. If I move to here, we all have a very safe place to throw our necklaces at. That didn't hit him because of that. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess I can't hit all three because that tree is in the way. There is actually really good AI for this game for knowing where AoEs go, so a little bit annoying. Oh, that was bad. I hit my own guy. Not super duper bad. I mean, I can heal up easily enough, but it was a weak one too. These are all pretty weak things here. Dragons are tough enough. They're dangerous enough that it's better to use necklaces even against one because it just gets rid of them faster. We can't use Dusted Disappearance before this wilderness fight, so we are vulnerable to their breath attacks, which they can use when they start the battle close enough to use them. But that was fine. So now we can enter the city of Hap. Agravain is really hurt. He got chomped, but that's okay. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and cast Cure Serious Wounds on him and hope I get lucky. 33, that's plenty. Okay, save the game just in case, though. Dark Elf Patrol, we parlay Meek and they will leave us alone. Now, if you fought enough of them early enough, the last fight against the Afridi here would be less dangerous, but wowee. This is, even though we don't have to fight, it's still a bit of a time loss there and very annoying. Why isn't Ace wearing his plate mail? That's dangerous too. No wonder he took a hit. Although he might have been hit by the fireball instead. I don't know. Anyway, so now we're going to be removing our necklaces because they are almost useless. Drow elves that we're going to be fighting for the next little bit are almost totally immune to magic. They have a 50% resistance, so half the time it doesn't affect them at all. So it just isn't worth it to try. Instead, we're going to be using Dust. Cast Bless and Prayer, cast Haste, and now the Afridi ruling over Hap. So Tricandros is allied with these Dark Elves, and they are, his plot is to invoke a battle between the dragons and the humans. He wants to use the dragons to wipe them out, and so his plan is to use his control over us to force the, whoops, that was not what I wanted. That's very not what I wanted. Okay, I only want one. The others go to Adder, to Ailey. This will allow us to move a little bit quicker here in the Underdark. And one for you, Aggravate. As we charge down the end. Okay, Afra doesn't need one because he has bracers. So that gives us all 12 moons. And now, but we freed the city of Hap, so now we can rest here forever, which is nice. Oops. I don't want to memorize Fireball. I want to memorize Haste. Memorize Bless. Prayer. And Cure Serious Wounds. So he's going to use his bond to force us to attack the dragons. They are kind of a little suspicious of this, though, you know, that yes, the humans are planning to kill us, but they attacked us on your order. Take that away and we'll see what happens. No, I don't want to yet. I actually need to use Dust. Into the caves. Now we've entered the cave of the Dracolich. And again, just gonna auto-combat through these fights. So it's not going to go well for him because the dragons are smarter than that. They can tell that he's commanding us. And so, as I say, there are these 5 masters who have us. We've defeated one, the Fire Knights. We can do the middle 3 in any order. They also have command of... we come into these guys, get this sigil. Now we're a Swan Maze, so now some of these guys will just let us move on, which is a... See, those ones we don't have to flee from because of Self-Smart. It will also, it also, most importantly, gives us a chance to avoid a battle and or multiple battles later on. We have to fight our way through these caves. The next fight coming up is one of the more dangerous in the game because the Dracolich is one of 2 enemies in this game who can target us even with Dust of Disappearance. His gaze, because it's like locking eyes with him kind of thing. So we are going to use our... we're going to go ahead and use another Dust just for safety. Probably can skip it, but I always do, you know, just because. And now we're going to cast a Bless, and Bless as well. Save the game. We don't surrender to this Dracolich. Oh, very nice fight. Went super easy. Alright. Now we head up to the tower. We try to combat the wizard. He teleports us to the top and then has the dragon attack. It's only an illusion. We attack the wizard and the dragons leave us alone. Instead, we just have to fight this group. Now we can sleep up here. The next fight coming up is actually the most dangerous in the game. We have to fight a powerful Dark Elf Lord. So we need to memorize these spells again. Alright, so now we need to use more dust, cast our spells again. So this Dark Elf Lord has a -7 armor class. He is almost immune to magic, but if I can get a hold person on him... Oh, God, that's it. Easy battle. Okay, now we get to take these items, which are super awesome. Trade the banded mail to... Aggravain, yeah. That's fine. So now he has this awesome stuff. I can drop that now. He has so much money, he's still weighed down, though. Let's go ahead and drop the Jow Chainmail because it's... Is he still at 6? Yeah, he has just too much money. Wonderful. Let's get rid of some of it. That's the problem, is that too much money will weigh you down. He's weighed down too, which is unfortunate. Oh well. Go up here. We want to memorize our spells again. Actually, since I didn't take any damage, I don't need to. I'll just head down. Armor contingent of Dark Elves charges. Okay. Random encounters in this area are quick enough, especially since we just auto through quick combat, that it's not worth it to go. Well, for a spell, Solstice, we're attacked by salamanders. This is the easiest of the fights, though. Especially since salamanders are weak to our frostband swords that we have. This illusion, you don't listen to. Here's a fight we actually get to use our necklaces of missiles on. If we came from another direction, it could go even better. We don't bother with it, but it's an idea. Something I've tried before, it's kind of hard to say if it's better or not. The fight goes that much better. But we can target owlbears with fireballs, so we'll go ahead and use that on them. Hopefully do a little bit of damage to the elves while we're at it. This might actually be slower than just doing quick combat, but fireballs taking people out so quickly that generally I think it's worth it. But I have to take time to put it on and then use it once with each person pretty much, and then take it off and stop using it. Okay, that's it. That's fine. So now we remove quick combat again. Remove quick combat. Remove quick combat. Remove quick combat. Remove quick combat. And remove quick combat. Alright. Now we go down these... And Armored Contingent Dark Elves, of course. Well, whatever. We don't pick up this trap thing. It could be used to avoid a fight, but generally doesn't help matters. We go this way to avoid some encounters, and now the person who gave us the Swan May symbol wanted us to retrieve either a Dragon Heart or a Dragon Egg for her. We're about to get the Dragon Egg, but we're not actually going to give it to her. It's just faster to go this way, and it's slow to go back and give her the egg. We don't really need it. Potentially, I suppose we could for more experience, since we're going on to the next game. More experience would be worth it. Maybe I'll actually route that in. Maybe it'll give me enough to get just a little bit more. I think I might. Now, unfortunately, we get hit by this trap. You can theoretically avoid it by reading that note, but I've never been able to actually read it properly. There's something funky about it. Alright, so here are a bunch of Wyverns. These guys are dangerous because they have poison, which can instant kill you. We don't want to be instant killed, so... it's easiest just to fireball them from afar. Wow. Jeez. They are not taking nearly enough damage. Him either. Getting really bad rolls here, which is very unfortunate. Ouch. Forgot about that. There we go. Alright, now here is our last fight in this section, Dracandros. So we're going to cast our Prayer and Blesses again, or Haste rather. Okay, so one of the things we're going to do is prevent him from casting. He has invisibility on, so we can't target him. But unlike the enemy, we're smart enough to know that we can target right below him and he'll get hit by the AoE. So we want to prevent him, take him out quickly with fireballs, because even though he can't target us with any of his big spells, he can cast a defensive spell that will ruin us called Fire Shield. It will cause us to take damage equal to the amount of damage we deal in melee combat, which will be a lot. So, yeah. So we just blow them up with fireballs, and then we can auto-combat melee the rest of the enemies. So... once again, okay, he's used his up, which is perfect. He also used his up, which is perfect. And we chop up the rest of them. Then we get 2 treasure piles here. Let's see. Afro wants this ring and bracers. Gives him -6 armor class, which is awesome. Nope, that isn't the right ring, actually. That ring needs to go to him. Right? Yep. No, that is the ring. Yeah, it is. That's weird. Why is his armor class? Oh, that's right. He doesn't have the cloak. That's what would take him to -7. Okay, yes. Alright, now this stuff Agravain wants. Trade ring. This ring doubles your amount of spells you get, so now I can get 2 haste spells and 2 fireballs, which is great. Wands are fireballs and ice storm, which is nice. Now I can get a few more encounters, which is really annoying. We're going to go to head and go back to the caves. Give her this for the black eggs for more experience. We don't really need the treasure. Now we go back to the tower. We can get an encounter there, but we don't. Now we get to go to the wilderness. We get to depart. Our armor is useless now. Journey to Assembra by trail. Enter the city of Assembra. We're going to go to the store first. I guess I don't really need to do this. This is a bit of a waste. Oh well. Trade our equipment. Spread the gold around a little bit more. Go to the hall. Now we can become 8th level fighters. 8th level cleric. 7th level fighter. 7th level magic user. I get to learn Ice Storm. 7th level thief. I think I needed to trade him again before. I'm actually short of experience. I'll level up to level 8 thief as soon as I gain 1 experience. Oh well, not a huge deal. Alright, and we have plenty of experience to level up again. Okay, now it's what we need to do is equip our plate mail on these 3 guys. Go to the inn. Alright, now we get an Ice Storm, 2 haste, 2 fireballs, 4 stinking clouds, 4 magic missiles. Which, if I used more, would be moderately useful things. Another hold person. There. Cure wounds. Alright. Now we journey to the Standing Stone by trail. We talk to him. We journey to Hillsfar by wilderness so we don't get attacked. We journey to Ulash by wilderness so we don't get attacked. We ignore the green roped group, and now we defeated Dracandros. Forgot to do that split. Enter the city of Ulash. We sneak in, which I always make the mistake of. We parlay, go with the guards. I make a slight mistake there. Save the game as a quit to DOS. This is to manipulate RNG so that the commander will like us. We could guarantee him liking us by fighting these spies that are in here, but that's slow and we don't want to do that. It's faster to reload the game. Let the men go, take him to the commander, respond haughty, we pleased him, and voila, we get to go through. How awesome. Commander waves us through. Because of our RNG manipulation, we will get an encounter right here. We just flee, no worries. Bash away into this room, bash away into this room. Come to here, we need to use, do we have any dust? Oh, very top item is use it. Alright, and actually, I also want to go ahead and use one of my haste spells and one of my prayer spells. Take these guys out before they can do much. That was the fire shield. You saw me take a little bit of damage there. Quite a bit of damage, actually. Very unfortunate. Yep, adder's all the way down to 20 hit points, which is pretty bad. Luckily, we can have Ailey do some healing to him to bring him up to snuff quickly. There. Unfortunately, she doesn't have it now, so I'll have to memorize it. So, but that's what happens if you don't memorize. I could have possibly avoided that by not quick combating, but that also would be slower. Now we fight some shambling mounds. They're a random number here, anywhere from 2 to 6. We have 2 again, which is good. I get less more commonly. It's really bad when I get 6. It might be worth reloading in that case, but I probably won't. They're immune to fireballs, so we just hack them down. Now, they're trying to drag away the body of a dead cleric, which has a couple of awesome wands, including defoliation, which happens to be ridiculously overpowered for this section because it does damage in a cone to up to 3 enemies. Our thief gets us past the sinkhole, which is kind of nice. And now we enter the pit here. Hey, thanks, David. Now we go this route. Random encounters right now are rare, and we can avoid most of them, which is convenient. Let's leave. I can hit enter too as well. Now we come up and we meet our group. The fast thing to do is to attack them. I am submitting that, so hopefully we'll get it done. Okay, now this is the big battle here, so I need to use another dust so that we'll affect Elias and Dragon Bait. These two are the heroes of the novel Azure Bonds, upon which this is kind of based. It's a sort of sequel to it. Not actually canon in the story of the thing, though. But this is where we need to use our major spells. Haste, Bless, Prayer, save the game. And now they're trying to use us to resurrect their dead god Moander, but for whatever reason, the ritual fails. Okay, that was a very interesting action. Now she is going to use some necklaces to fireball Mogion and her clerics just to wipe them out a little bit faster. That was a pretty good fireball. Don't really need to worry about them casting spells because we're invisible, thanks to the dust disappearance, but it's just faster to take out that particular group with fireballs like so. And now we can just do that. Alright, you accidentally went to auto combat for him, which is a little bit bad. So. Now we can just quick combat the rest. I actually didn't need to go into melee and expose him to danger either. Oh well. Alright, now Mogion has some really awesome armor. We're going to go ahead and take her plate mail and shield. And we're going to go ahead and give Adder the cloak so that we all can have some slightly better armor classes going forward. Not super necessary, but a little bit useful. Dimensional Rift Shaft snaps shut, and now we have to fight pieces of the dead god. Items. Now, the hitboxes for these giants are really weird. I have to stand in that place to hit 2 with this cone, even though it goes 3 spaces, and I could pass through a full one to hit a guy beyond, but then it wouldn't hit the guy I'm passing through for some reason. But by going right here, I can hit 2 of them at once with the Wand of Defoliation, which is really heavy damage too, since they are essentially giant shambling mounds. Shambling mounds are sludge swamp monsters, so they are basically made of plants, so they can be defoliated by this wand. Only plant monsters are affected by it, which is can be. They have 140 hit points each. These pieces of the god are just powerfully enormous. And that's it for them, though. Now there's treasure behind the altar. Normally I wouldn't get it, but I'm going to get a bit of extra experience because I'm just because I'm up attacked by Vegapigmies. That's a little bit what I was afraid of. They're pretty weak, though, so not a huge deal. But just trying to get a little bit more extra experience since I am transferring on to Secret of Silver Blades. I need all the experience I can get. Okay, let's avoid any more fights by saving. Good thing I did. Holy cow. This is pretty bad encounter luck, even though I'm in here. Alright. Saving the game often to avoid encounters because they are pretty slow at this point. These auto-locking doors, we already bashed our way through on the way down, and now we have to re-bash our way through on the way up. Okay, this is a set encounter with some of these Vegapigmies, which is fine. Now, because we have a little bit more room here, we can use our necklaces of missiles on these Vegapigmies, because they are susceptible, at least, to fire. Not really vulnerable, though maybe they should be since they're plant monsters, but okay, that's actually did you have a necklace? No. Alright. Now, hopefully I get no more encounters. I can evade these slugs. That's also a set encounter, actually. Now... I think I used all my hastes. Yes, I could have done a third haste, I guess. Before this final fight, the last-ditch effort by the cultists to avenge their god. I can trade his necklace to somebody else. So I'm going to use Ice Storm here because it can affect both the Shambling Mounds in addition to the cultists and such. So we'll go ahead and target that group right there. Smaller AoE as well, but it only does half damage to the Shambling Mound, so it's not super great, but I do like to do a little bit of supplemental damage to them while I'm wiping out the front group of cultists. Okay, excellent. Now we can go back to auto combat. Except for Agravain here, who will use his marvelous wand of defoliating to hit 3 guys in a row. They have 65 hit points, so getting 17 to 25 damage guaranteed on 3 of them is very, very, very useful. Boom. You can see how devastating that is. We're not hitting very well with our other characters, which is unfortunate, but happens. This one is still alive. It's unbelievable. Okay, that's fine, though. Now, Elias and Dragonbait leave, and we've completed the circle there. Okay, now we are going to journey on to... Doesn't really matter. I'm not going to lose any experience. Sentinel Keep by Wilderness to avoid any potential encounters. Before anything else, we need to camp. Memorize our 2 haste spells. Memorize our Bless, our Prayers, and our Cure Serious Wounds. Fix up. Save the game. Enter the city. We can get encounters in the city. They're pretty rare, and we can avoid combo with most of them, but occasionally we can do stuff. Occasionally, the bonds will force us to attack them because... let's see, we are meek to the soldiers and they'll let us go. That's right. It's rare enough that... Alright, we follow her. She wants us, this halfling bard wants us to rescue the Sage Dimswort. He joins us. He's just a MacGuffin, though. He isn't anywhere. You can't see him. But you have to have him, essentially, to progress. So now we are going to use our dust for safety. Come through here. Now, Sentinel Keep has they're an evil nation here, and they are going to... They want us to... because we are heroes, they want us to use some good weapons for them. By controlling us, they can wield the good weapons and put them to their use. Unfortunately, we can never get these powerful magic items. Okay, trying to get out of this room with minimum of encounters. So I want either to get my only encounter at the door or make it through without an encounter. Going through these can take a long time. So, of course, trying to make it through the room can take a long time too. Awesome, there we go. That was definitely worth a read. And that's why I saved it, because you can immediately get an encounter afterwards. Encounters in Curse of the Azure Bonds are the worst of the Goldbox games. Most of them can't be avoided at all, unlike all the other games. And... Geez. And sometimes the RNG is extremely finicky. There's a few things that I can manipulate knowingly that deal with the random encounters as well, but most of them are unreliable for some reason. I don't know how many times I have to reload to reset it, but sometimes we'll get like encounters in the same place like that. There are several set encounters as well that we will get, which look the same as ordinary encounters. like right here. Attacked by a band of Minotaurs and Priests. Luckily, Minotaurs and Priests go down very, very quickly to Necklace of Missile Fireballs. Except for the High Priest. They are fairly resistant, but even so. Just this much damage this fast is extremely fast. Okay, let's see. Defoliation's useless now. Drop hit. Use the wand. There we go. That was a good one. Okay. How much experience do I have? 187,000? Not bad. I just saved the game, right? I think I did. I hope I did. I entered the Cave of the Beholder too. Once again, splits. Splits or whatever. Okay, let's see. Yes, I did. Ha ha ha. Somehow I knew that would happen too. That's a very bad place to get him too, because when they're up against the wall like that, you can't safely use fireballs with Necklace of Missiles. One of the reasons why the battles are small enough in Drakandros' tower that it's worth it to just take the encounters in the chin and go. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and let's see. We have one dust on him. I should have plenty still. Oh yeah, she has lots. We'll use another safety dust, cast our bless, and one of our prayers and haste here. Save the game. It's not a difficult fight, but things can happen, especially against the Hooded Medusa, who's the other character in the game who can actually... Ooh, that's kind of bad. Didn't wipe her out with 2 characters. That's very bad. She can actually turn us to stone even though we're invisible. Very unfortunate and annoying. Ooh, yes. Definitely not good. She has 1 hit point left. Yes, good. Okay, we're safe now. Actually, with her second attack, she can use a necklace. Help wipe out the Minotaurs. Now, the Beholder is immune to magic, so I can't fireball him, but I can wipe out all of his forces with the fireballs and then finish him off after. Now we'll just finish them off. Alright, that's the Beholder dead. He has some random magic items, not worth keeping though. And now we always get this random encounter right afterwards. When I reset from random encounters, it kind of seems to have a force after a certain amount of time or something. So, unfortunately, I might actually try... I need to try saving and quitting right before the Beholder fight, and then I might not get this battle. I don't know, but it would probably be worth a try. Not a super bad encounter, since we can blow them up with fireballs for the most part, but... Perfect. Save the game because we don't want any more of this. This is a set encounter. So what's going on here is that we've got actually a... because the Zentil Keep is a group of evil humans who worship Bane, an evil god, they aren't exactly the most tightly knit group. And they're constantly vying with each other for supremacy. Oh, that's Ice Storm. Actually not super good. Oh well. And There's Beholder Dexam is also a servant of Bane, but he's a rival of Fazal, the leader of Zentil Keep. And so he tried to capture us before Fazal could get his hands on us to find out just what these bonds are about. But before he could get a chance, Fazal arrived at his lair and told him that he wasn't going to let him mess with us over his dead body, basically. And the Beholder said okay and killed him with the Disintegrate Ray. And then a fight breaks out between them. Because the guy who owned our bond was killed, we were freed from the bond. Then we had to chase the Beholder down, though, to get the Amulet of Lathander, which is one of the 3 mulligans we just happen to need in this game to defeat Tyrant Thraxus. Luckily, there's no way to really avoid it unless you glitch the game to skip triggers, which I have done before with transferring characters and doing too many manipulations with the glitch you can use there. So this is the second encounter, the last encounter actually coming up, and the worst one. So we're going to use our things again. Save the game. Attacked by Manticores. Manticores are not bad, but it's the Dark Elf Lord, once again, is with them, who is kind of bad. And, of course, since he's a Dark Elf, he's almost impossible to hit with magic. He took some damage there, which was nice. So, but we're going to have to take him down mostly with melee, so we want haste and prayer to do that most reliably. Cast a magic missile on the High Priest. We're powerful enough now with enough extra equipment stuff that... And also we're not debuffed, which is the big thing. The first fight you're severely debuffed in addition to all the other things you're working under. But that's it for this. Okay. Now we should be able to avoid encounters for the rest of this little section. And reload if we do get any. And so now there are priests of Bane who serve Dexam and Zentil soldiers who serve Fazal, who are fighting throughout this cave as we're trying to make our escape. Luckily, this little encounter that turned into a rebellion helped out a lot with reducing the power of Zentil Keep. But now we're safe. We've got our item. We're gone. Okay, now we journey on to Ulash by Wilderness. Journey to Hillsfire by Wilderness. If we tried to go here with our Zentil Keep sigil, they hate us and don't help us at all. But here, now, okay, we can't train any of them. We can train to be a level 8 thief, level 8 magic user. He'll never get to be a level 8 fighter because he's not, whatever, we'll learn Fire Shield. It can be kind of useful. Because he's a, yeah. An elf, 7 is the maximum fighter level he can get, but that's fine. He can get up to a level 11 magic user, which is far more important. So, in the next game particularly. Now let's go to the inn. For those. A few more haste spells. I should have learned Lightning Bolt instead of Fire Shield. It would have been more useful. Oh well. Ice Storm. Bless. 2 prayers. Alright. Journey to the Standing Stone by Wilderness. Way is blocked by Impossible Chasm. We don't just burn through that. So now the cloaked man reveals that he is actually Tyrant Thraxus, and he was manipulating us, telling us where to go to defeat the rest of his allies so he could control us all by himself. And of course, Tyrant Thraxus, we just played Pool of Radiance, so we know that he wants revenge on us for helping against Flan. Let's see. We want to go ahead and use our dust here. Save the game. Okay, we can parlay and tell these people that Tyrant Thraxus is our master, and they will leave us alone. There are spiders, however, who you can't convince, like right there. They can be nasty fights too, plus poison use, though. Once again, we have to safety save throughout this, because it's faster to reload than it is to fight these stupid battles. Again, the RNG in this place. Luckily, we can talk our way past him. Woods. Okay, now we're going to get hit by a trap and have to fight a single Rakshasa, but it's still fastest to go this way. Oh, that was nice. He's normally a lot harder to kill than that. Okay, so taking the damage is bad, but not super terrible. Now we just parlay Meek. We give these guys our money and they leave, so that's perfectly fine. Continue towards a large ruined temple. We enter it. Tarandraxus takes control of us. He's going to dispose of our artifacts, but Nameless, the bard who created Elias, is here to help, and he allows us to temporarily shred the power of the bond somehow. Dies for the attempt. Again, he's not actually dead because this is not canon. He returns in the other novels of this series, of the Azure Bonds series. So, but Tarandraxus here is now running for his life. He flees, sets his guards on us, and now we're once again going to have a trouble with random encounters as we make our way up for him, and we've entered the Ruins of Myth too. Come on. Use another necklace. Perfect. Just cast him at Axel. Yeah, I killed that one easy. Once again, you can get random encounters right after set things, as well as immediately. Now, one doggo? Okay, fine. Perfect. Arguably faster than reloading, as well as hopefully eating up an encounter RNG so that that resets the rate. Too big a group. You can actually get encounters with 0 characters. That's really hilarious. 0 enemies, because you'll see the whatever it's supposed to be appear, you know, their little thing in your view screen, but then it immediately says, you've won the battle, you got 0 experience. It's hilarious. Okay, we're getting close. Tarandraxus, 3 of them. We'll just hack them down. There's only 3. They go fast enough. Okay, as I thought. Okay, that should be the last encounter. Yes, definitely. RNG in this game. Come on. Many for as far away as they are. Come on. I'm in the last hallway. I have like 4 steps to go. What is with this? This is one of the very worst sets of RNG luck I've had here. The bottom level was actually pretty good. But this upper level, this is the worst I've ever seen it. I usually get no more than 1 encounter period and have to reload once here. This many, my word. On already. Now that I've gone all in on not getting encounters, though, even though it might have been faster to take possibly one of them, but since I've been getting them every step. Okay, finally, there we go. Save the game. Use another dust. Last dust just for safety. Blessed prayer. Haste spell. Alright, so first thing we're going to use is Wand of Fireballs. Very weak from a wand. Wand usually does more damage than the necklaces do, though the necklaces can randomly be extremely damaging. But they're usually weak like that, only 9 damage even without a reset. That's egg. Oh well. Okay, you are fine. Right there's the one I'm hunting on. Decent one and fewer, well, kind of okay, but not too many saves, which at least is nice. So I should correct that. It isn't quite a full series run I'll be doing, only the first 3 games. Pool of Darkness, I still haven't even attempted. Too intimidating an idea. Eventually I might, just over time, but what I have here, not really going to be a thing. Come on, wand. Still one left. Oh well. Perfect. Okay, Tyranthraxus is down. And now we use the Gauntlet of Moander to destroy the Pool of Radiance, so he can't come back, and we are freed at last from Tyranthraxus' control. Guys bust in and take us to a fine feast. We have won. Now we get this screen. Now we can remove our party. Exit to DOS. Swap the music to Secret of the Silver Blades. And load up our saves here. Okay, all of this has been changed, so now we recopy this. Or at least the most important ones that happened. Oh well, all of them is probably fine. Now go to Secret of the Silver Blades. Paste the characters here. That should allow us to transfer into the next game. I don't need those anymore. Load up Secret of the Silver Blades. And now I have to totally, okay, add... Alright, why aren't the cursed people loading in? I know I've done this before, so... Or are they stored on... Nope. Okay, there we go. Alright. I don't know why I was having trouble. Oh well. Begin our adventuring. Maybe it was going to secret instead of curse. I was hitting the wrong thing. So now we are summoned to this city, and unfortunately they didn't summon our equipment with us, so we have to make do with what they gave us here. And now I have to use totally different controls, which is what really throws me off. Agravain gets those. Afro is going to get those. We don't need that. Use this house as a base. Okay, first thing we need to do is encamp. Alter the speed to be faster. Alter the level to novice. Exit. Leave the city. Go to the hall of training. See who can train. Not my fighters. My cleric can train, though. Alright, they cannot train, unfortunately. Not even Afro can train to a level 9 thief yet. That's unfortunate. Or a level 8 fighter. Oh well. Our experience is decent enough. Not too much more than it would have been. Oh well. Probably a couple of the experience things I did didn't make that big a difference, but whatever. Alright, now let's memorize. We can actually sleep anywhere. 2 blesses, 4 cure light wounds, 6 hold persons, 2 prayers, 2 dispel magics, 3 cure serious wounds, 1 cure critical wounds, 4 magic missiles, 3 stinking clouds, 2 haste and a fireball, 2 ice storms. Memorize all these spells. We have less hit points than we would in a normal secret game, so that's slightly difficult. Okay, go through the portal. Head east here. A battle starts between Bane and the Black Circle. We duck and let them kill each other. The mages have won, so now we turn on them. Let's ready our equipment, which I forgot to do. Use this wand to prevent the mage from casting. You can't do much, so cast hold person. You can't do much either, so do nothing. Almost nothing good. We backstabbed with our bare hand and killed him. Awesome. Okay, now we get a lot more treasure. So now Ace can take... let's see. This plate mail, longsword, and shield. Adder can take... Ailey will take those 3. Agravain will take those. Alright, and nothing else for now, not even for Afro. Actually, no, Afro takes some bracers because you... some armor and you can't use plate, so we'll want to give you bracers as well. And actually I need to give them to him and not to the mage, now that I think about it, but that's okay, he'll use those for now. Alright. So now we can, that's all we really need here. I can trade these to Afro for now. For the next fight, so that he'll have something. Oh yeah, he doesn't need that though, so that back. Adder. I need almost no money in this game. Okay, now we're going to be mostly set with stuff that we can do. It's another Wand of Ice Storm. Again, he wants to talk to us almost every time we come in here. There's actually no day-night cycle really here as much as before. And now we're going to go ahead and cast our Bless, Prayer, and Haste again. We are going to stay here and battle these guards. We'll go ahead and cast some Hold Persons. Because if we can hold them, that makes the fight easy. Okay, there's one. I'll go ahead and cast my own Ice Storm. Taking some damage, unfortunately. That's okay. Oops. I can only cast that if you missed that. Oh well. Alright, now we can start getting good stuff. So you have a shield +2 and a longsword and plume +1. So you can take one of the longswords. You have +2 everything, so we don't need to worry about you. We can drop these and take the one of each. You're fine. Afro needs to take a longsword and shield. And Agravain ought to take one of each. Although I need to just cast. Alright, he'll get a bow before long, which will help him out. He's going to be our focus on that. Alright. Where are you? Oh, because, yeah, that's what that actually gives. Okay, because you only have a +1 shield. Right now, that's -4. Okay, save the game before these potentially dangerous fights. We get hit by a big symbol that does a lot of damage to us, unfortunately. Big ouch. Kill these cockatrices before they can turn us to stone. Same with the Medusa. Our haste spell is still up and we're tearing through these guys. Okay, let's go ahead and tear through them then. And now we kill these assassins. You're not supposed to do this until much later on in the game, actually. But doing it now, as soon as you encounter the black circle in the ruins, you can do this, and it's better to get it out of the way so you don't get attacked by assassins later. The way the game is supposed to progress, you go in and you buy expensive magic items from his shop here until you find out that the black circle is evil and Marcus is a member of them, and that's suspicious, but now they're going to let us take their stuff. Let's see. 1,000 platinum is good. Now we're going to buy a lot of arrows +1. Basically, give everybody lots of arrows +1. Alright. Eventually, Afro and Agravain will all be bowmen. Though Agravain's going to use a lot of magic items in the time. And that's really just about all we need money for. We still have almost too much money. So let's go ahead and pool. Buy him a wand of magic missiles. Share. Okay, now we're down to a lot less money. And wand of magic missiles he can use for a while as well. To just do quick damage. Quick, easy, guaranteed damage to most enemies. Again, we can sleep anywhere, actually. But as you interfere more and more with the... Yeah, I did accidentally lose one of those. With the black circle, that's Marcus Defenestrated. They will send assassins after you until you deal with Marcus when you figure out that he's evil. So it's best to get it out of the way immediately. Also gives you all the items you need for the first part of the game. Alright. We didn't gain any magic levels, so we don't need to worry about casting for now. About memorizing more magic spells, so that should be it. Alright, now we need to go liberate the well. There's a red dragon who controls the well. This magic well is what was responsible for us being transported here. It can answer wishes, mostly just for information with gems, but they were able to convince it to bring us here. Darn annoying breath. Most annoying thing about it is that it prevents us from casting Ice Storm. That we have to use the wand. Which is fine. Just not quite a deal. But then a red dragon came to claim it because the well takes gems as payment for its services, and of course dragons want gems, so these dragons have this large ancient red dragon has gathered here along with its fellows in order to let's see, let's go ahead and cast the Ice Storm. I figured I'd get it off first. That's pretty nasty damage. Good thing we'll be able to rest soon. Okay, now the big dragon. Save the game just in case. Go ahead and cast our haste. Prayer. Surround the thing so we can get at it more easily. And, oh, easy, easy, good. If he goes first and breathes fire on us, he can do a lot of damage. 44 hits each, which can kill some of our characters at this point. So, Afro, take bracers, take composite longbow, and I can't remember the potion isn't really. Now, the well is liberated. This is an entirely safe place. I'm going to have to fix my camera at some point here in the near future. That's fine. Alright, now with the well liberated, now it's time to go deal with the black circle, but first we're going to go pick up a necessary item that we need. And again, just about every time we go into town, I need to train. See if I can see who can do that. Okay, nobody yet. Alright, now, I did give the bow to Afro, right? Yeah, so now I want to take these off. Take these off as well. They're the same, are they? I'm going to go ahead and hear that. Arm bracers 4, 6, yeah. So we want those. Bracers, well, we're just going to drop those. Sweet. All right. Okay, now I need my map. Let me get it set up and loaded. Should have been in the area I needed. But oh, got. I loaded it at least. Okay, this area is a bit too hard for me to have memorized yet. Maybe if I do this every day while practicing for one of my marathons, I might finally get to the point where I have this memorized. But it's pretty tough. Still, I can go pretty quickly with the map. Stupid arrows pointing north. They tell you where New Verdigris is if you get lost, but they are very bad when you have a map because you really don't need anything like that. Unsealed passageway can damage us. Bam, we got hit twice. Our last characters too. That's unfortunate. Monsters attack. Monsters attacking is not problematic in this area. Now, I was almost lost for a bit. Another old red dragon. I probably should have cast haste before this fight, but oh well. Whoops. Luckily you can escape to go back in actions. Darn it. Okay, good. That was easy. Alright, now... trying to remember. Do I want this stuff? The cloak is very good. We're going to give it to Abe for now. Let's see. Late mail is +2, so we need that. Who can use that? Abe, actually. Find an amulet, go through a glowing gateway. And teleport her back to the well conveniently. Inhale a level 8 fighter. Now we need to go back to the well. Alright, now that we have the amulet, this is one of the necessary MacGuffins that we need, which is really out of the way and hard to even know about unless you do like everything in the game and talk to everyone and do every tavern tale. And you had to keep notes too, because if ever you didn't learn about it or forgot about it, you know, tant pis, it's too bad. But now we are going to go to the Black Circle to deal with them. This is not strictly necessary, but it you are losing some fights. Let's see. Corner. Yeah, I am in the southwest corner. I thought I went through already. But there are some really powerful and useful items in this, as well as preventing some other fights. Not too many more. I'll fight a lot more than I'll prevent, but... think about I'm already lost. This is south. Okay, I know where. Alright. But the items that you can pick up are super valuable and make it worth going through. Super long, unstable passage. Luckily we made it through without any damage this time. That's nice. Very rare too. Alright, so we'll cast one of our haste spells. A bless and a prayer as well. Fight these guards. Let's... oh. Very convenient. Okay, good. I took out all the mages. They can do a lot of damage with lightning bolts and stuff, and because we're up against the wall, we can take a lot of damage from them, which is very not fun. Luckily, we went first. Now, interestingly, there are no random encounters here, but there are a few set battles, such as this one by more guards. One of the things that makes the speedrun possible and relatively quick is that you don't have to worry about, and I'm pretty sure it's... Cast haste spell again. Bless prayer. Yep, the commander. Good. For some reason I thought for just a second that wait, was ITB might be in the next room. We don't care about his magic items either, really. But here we find a large key and a teleporter, which allows us to fix, memorize our spells, like our 2 hastes and our ice storm, our 2 blesses and our 2 prayers. Casting haste does age our characters, and yes, the game keeps track of your age, and you'll diminish in stats as they get higher, but even over the course of 2 speedruns aging us, none of our characters should get old enough to be a problem. Have to look and find the secret door before you can use it. Shrieking alarm goes off. Here's Sasha, the town clerk of Flan, who is giving us our rewards and stuff. Now she has a name. Dispel it. Yay, dispelled it. So we don't take damage, it's the only thing there, but it's useful to do. Okay, we soothe the Flan clerk just for quickly get through that. Continue. Mages and soldiers leap to attack. I've used up one of my wands. We're going to use the necklace of missiles here because it's higher AoE and will hit all of the mages. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so this fight's pretty much done. There are about half dozen fights we have to do here. He surrendered, yay. Found treasure of scrolls we don't need. Goes so fast we don't even see what it is. Hold ground. And it's not nearly as big as they think it is. Golly, he can hit with the magic missile from that range? He shouldn't be able to. I can't. Do that though. Should have used the wand rather, but oh well. Alright. Actually, I am. This is an inconvenient enough place. I'm going to go ahead and use my spells here. That's a lot less than they normally have, of course. I pretty much wasted my spells. So If I were to load it up again, they'd probably be a lot more. There's usually like 4 mages in this group. I guess it's random. And this time I got lucky. Yeah, this is a different amount as well. Luckily, the haste spell affected both of those fights, though, so that made it worth it. All right, and so now we just have a couple of little red hatchlings. Not a big deal. Especially when he gets to go first with that. The hatchlings have as good an armor class as the big dragons, so they're hard to hit, but they have very few hit points. We get more here, but it should be only like 2. No, 6. A lot more than normal. Oh well. Luckily, we're actually hitting. Alright, now we need to cast our other spells again, because this is the big fight. We want to take them down as much as possible. Okay, Necromancers, all mages down. Let's go ahead and cast just a fireball. Yeah, that'll be good. Kind of weak fireball. Okay, that's it. Let's see. These guys, we actually want their stuff. They have... we definitely want the bracers down here. Agravain wants the wand. And we want the girdle. Girdle of Cloud Giant Strength gives us a 23 strength. Second best girdle of Giant Strength you can get. Wand is lightning, and of course, we want better bracers. Now, our next bow is first level of the mine. That's right, which is about where we're going next. And we get to go through the glowing portal back to the well, which lets us go back to town. Pretty much every area in the game has all of these little rooms out here, are all teleporters that go back. So it allows us to really quickly move around, and you don't have to backtrack nearly as much. It's just one of the things that makes this game nice. It's basically just one big giant dungeon crawl, but all of the teleporters make it not too bad to go through. Alright, I used 2 magic missiles, like 2 hastes and a fireball, an ice storm, a new cold, 2 blesses, 2 prayers to dispel magic, just in case. It's not really useful now. We needed it to stop that one trap, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so now we need to go back to the well. And it's time to leave via the northern area. Okay, this is, we need to do some haste spells for this fight. Because we have Bane Priest who can cast Hold Person on us. And that will paralyze us so that we will be instant hit. Oh, darn. Okay, that's good. If the priests are allowed to cast spells, they can cast Old Person on us, which will allow us to be one-shot. We don't want that. Oh, and Black Circle is vanquished, so that's that done. Alright, so... yeah. Down into here. Play. Now we get to go into the mine. We reach the temple level. Need to go south. Probably could have used our other haste spell here. Here. An okay fireball. Okay, there we go. Oh, we have one guy left. Okay. Now we can quit. Now we enter the temple. It's totally safe. Now we need to go talk to Dimswart, the dwarf. Not Dimswart. He's the sage from the last one. Durf. Durf, I think, is his name. First, we're going to get some treasure. A couple of shields +3 or +2. I think they're +3, actually. But we'll give them to Adder and Afro, because we already have some. Yeah, I guess they're just +2. +2, +2, +2. Maybe they are +3, because he has +1 play mill, I think. Let's see, and potions are okay, aren't they? 2 of the potions, the first 2, I believe, are extra healing, so we'll take those for backup healing just in case we need them. Now, Durf the Dwarf is the last remaining member of the Silver Blades, who, Silver Blades are a group of people who, this whole thing is about. The city was once founded by, 2 brothers, a paladin and a wizard, and when they got old, they were great adventurers. They did many great things for Tyr, but then when they got old, the wizard started to fear for his life, and so he started researching immortality and decided to become a lich, which his brother, tried to stop him from doing, but it eventually devolved into a war between the Black Circle, the legionnaires of the Dread Lord after he turned into a lich, and the forces of the who followed the Paladin brother, who were called the Silver Blades. They wiped each other out. Finally, the Dreadlord was sealed inside his castle, and he's been there asleep for hundreds of years. But now the glaciers are starting to melt, and the Black Circle has arisen, the descendants of the Dreadlord's troops, and they're trying to free him from the frozen ice, and so we have to go in and deal with him finally and ultimately. So that's what our big mission here is, what we're after. Okay, I won't need that map anymore. I need to pull up my mind maps. Okay, so I need to go west. So in order to get into the castle, we need to assemble 8 pieces of a staff. We can just flee from monsters by taking a step back. It's wonderful in this area of the mines. Except for encounters with Lumberhulks, which are set like the ones we're going to get right here. So our first order of business is we have to deal with the Black Circle's main headquarters in the ruins of the old city, which we just did. We also have to free the well so we can use the teleporters and get advice from the well. Those 2 are stuck, unfortunately. Okay, there we go. Just flee from the group of monsters. If we get random encounters against Lumberhulks, we can't run from them, which is inconvenient, but no big deal. Now he searches this dead adventurer. He has some very important stuff, including the ring is not important. His long sword, long plate mail, and shield is all really good stuff. Aggravate needs that shield, and otherwise it's just actually drop it. His plate mail is only +1, I believe, same as everybody else. It's actually +2. Okay, that's good. So yeah, those are +3 shields. Convenient. Okay, drop that shield. Use that shield if we need to. You're all +2 stuff. Shield abandonment. All right. Wait. Anything else? Oh, the bow. Another bow. Take the arrows +2. So now he can use a bow and back. Isn't hitting things. I need to use up the wand of magic missiles now. So we start getting our MacGuffins with the Ring of Tyr that the dwarf gives us, which, as far as he knows, he's the last living member. He's been keeping the Temple of Tyr there in the ruins safe. And he tells us that we have to be the Silverblades now and finish their work of dealing with the Dreadlord. Gives us the Ring of Tyr, which will allow us to find the pieces of the Staff of Oswald. There's one on each of the first 8 levels of the mine, conveniently. So you have to find the 8 pieces, bring them back to him, and he will assemble them into a robber staff. Avoid the trap door, which our thief spots for us. Thank you, thief. And now we definitely need to save the game before we come up here, or else we'll get attacked. We're going to encounter some monsters here. Some more Umber Hulks. I can actually quick combat most of you. Then just have you use your wand of magic missiles. Excellent. Once we've assembled the staff, that will allow us to enter the thing, but we can't get the pieces of the staff without getting the ring first. So there's all sorts of these MacGuffins, and they don't appear anywhere in your inventory or whatever. Okay, I need to search. Yes, Afro will disarm them. Good. Thank you, Afro. So this isn't super important stuff, but golly, all of these haste spells have aged us to 35 years, so we're getting kind of old. The elves, it doesn't matter, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and take this elixir. Let's see, the wand is fireballs, and that's the only other important thing here. The potions aren't really all that great. So we found our second piece of the staff. Use this to lose her 3 years of life so that she won't quite age. Doing it in a single game, it really doesn't matter. Across 2 games, it starts to matter. If I was to go into Pool of Darkness, I'd need to start buying potions or elixirs of youth from a certain shop. You can get them that will allow you to prevent your characters from getting too old. I can't remember if it's at 40 or at 50 that you start changing. Okay, now we need to go north until a spot opens up to the east. Now we keep going east. Flee from this group of monsters. Save the game because there are wyverns in here, and the wyverns can be very dangerous. Oh, nice fireball. Good. Because they can poison us and instant kill us, which is very inconvenient. And a big problem to do. So it's easier just to try and hit them from afar. Okay, mine 3 have anything? Oh, the Boots of Speed. Super important. As well as a Mace +4 for Ailey, and is that the only thing that's good? Yes. Because the ring that we can get, we'll get better one later. Okay, and Boots of Speed on him. Now he has a 24 movement speed, or 18 For now, it'll get 24 later. Now we go back west. Now, as you get further in the game, it's harder and harder to avoid the random encounters, but for this area, we can just flee. I don't know why the ruins treat it like a more dangerous. Okay, mine level 4. We need to go south, which is convenient because we are already facing south. So we turn here. Large patch of gems. Green floor has a ring +3, which Afro needs to take. That will allow him to yeah. Now we all have better armor classes. That's that. Now 5. Temple's been secured too. Once again, I'm forgetting my things a little. Oops. Five is hidden. Okay, now north still, which is good. Gonna find a bunch more Umber Hulks in this one. Okay. Just use up this one. Oh dear. So they can gaze at us, which will cause us to be confused. Not super duper big deal, but it can be problematic if RNG is bad with it. He went berserk though, so he's fine. Okay. So the storage boxes, what do we get on 5? Nothing worth it. Okay. Now 6 things are going to get a little bit more interesting. Oh yeah. Okay, so on 6, we're actually going to encounter another member of the Silver Blades who is stuck in Crystal. This is our waifu Vala, who is super awesome. She's a high-level fighter, and is going to be an instantly good addition to our party. Unfortunately, because she's female, she doesn't, because the game is sexist, she doesn't have maximum strength. But that's a problem we're going to solve very swiftly, and then she's going to be one of the mightiest characters. She's also even going to have more hit points than us. Convenient here. So, trying to figure out if I want to do. I don't think so. I think that we'll just bash through the barricade with a bribe. Okay, now I'm going to use this necklace of missiles to fireball and wipe out this group. Make this go quickly enough. Alright, several more groups of lizard we have to go. They're worshipping this Vala on ice or crystal or whatever as essentially a goddess. So, unfortunately, we can't talk our way past them or anything. We just have to... the only thing we can do is blow them up with fireballs. Yeah, I can keep on auto combat with everyone else. I don't know why I'm quitting it. Oh no, that's not the right person to quit. Well. Luckily these fights are really easy, and the next one coming up is the easiest one, because there should be another big group here, but because of the fact that we're stuck here, the giant snake is most dangerous because he can poison. Oops. Alright. 2 more fights. Oh, darn it. Doing it again. The speed is almost too much for me. The speed is faster than when I ran it previously because Pool of Radiance has a community now, and they agreed on upping the cycle speed of DOSBox to 6,000 for this, which makes everything go a lot faster. But and it does shave a lot of time off. I did a couple practice runs of Curse of the Azure Bonds and Secret Silver Blades, and they both are nearly a half hour faster now, even though I was out of practice. So that's really big. But it does make it so that the battles go way too fast if I'm still stuck on thing here. So we'll save the game, go ahead and do our casting here, a haste spell, bless, and a prayer. All we can do is attack. Again, it really doesn't matter. I need to just go ahead and stay on quick. Because my guy who is not doing this is on quick. Okay, use another one of these necklaces. We're about to pick up another one here if I remember to get it. Sometimes I've been kind of bad about remembering to loot this area. Wonderful AI, good job. Okay, so Aggravate, take another necklace. That's all we have here. And then we blow up this box, which damages us, but then Vala comes out. We let her join. We get our piece of the thing. We alter order to put her up top, because that's far more convenient to us. And have her ready her shield so that she has better armor class. She's going to be really, really useful to the party now. Having another big fighter. She's, once she gains 1 level, which she will almost immediately have experience to do, she will be able to attack twice per round in melee, which is very strong. It's a 33% damage increase, essentially, just on her melee hits, so... Now we have 1 more piece of the staff, or 2 more, actually, 2 more. 7 and 8. 8 is just where we have to do other things. Now we need to go south. Straight south. More Umber Hulks coming up here. Alright, I still have plenty of... I have 1 extra necklace, so I'll go ahead and use those charges. Okay, should be able to hit all 3 of those, which is nice. Alright, let's... Okay, that was my necklace used up, which is fine. I've got a wand of fireballs as well. Nope, I want to go east. Okay, we're about to get attacked by Umber Hulks here, I believe. Nothing... Oh, whoops, this is the wrong area. So that was a bunch of treasure I didn't need. Oops, oh well. I was supposed to go west there. Totally misremembered the number. I thought this was a slightly weird thing. Luckily, it's not a huge time loss. Especially since there are no encounters that way. There are a lot of areas in this mines you can explore for more experience and stuff. Okay, so this treasure is going to be 2 more awesome wands. And 1 of them not so awesome, but we'll take it. 2 potions of extra healing. Let's have Ace take those. Spread stuff out a little bit. The bracers, ring, and stuff are not really that important right now. Get our bracers armor class 2. Did we already? That back in the thing. 1 bracers of really good. That's at silver 39, yeah. Okay. And now we're attacked by Umber Hulks. A very big group. Or reasonably big group. Can't quite remember. That was a pretty good necklace. 2 confused party members. That's bad. Well, at least Vala is not. And we find a piece of the Staff of Oswulf. Okay, now to the 8th level, where the Umber Hulk shenanigans are going to continue. Soon we'll be mostly done with Umber Hulks. Okay, we need to go south first, through more Umber Hulks. Alright, now we need to go definitely right, which is west, which is left on the map. All the way down to here. Flee from these monsters. The Ring of Tear allows us to pass through here, otherwise we can't. So again, we need that MacGuffin. We have to also have the Ring of Tear to even find this stuff. So now we get this super awesome Banded Mail +3, Longsword versus Giants, and another Cloak of Displacement, which is super awesome. So this longsword is essentially the same as other longswords. Actually, we'll go ahead and trade it to Ace as well, because he already has just a longsword +2. I believe he has a longsword +3. Yep, I think so. Alright. Now we don't need this plate mail anymore. Okay, we found all the pieces, but now before we can assemble it, we need to take care of the rest of level 8. Oh, blast. More Umber Hulks. This is the random encounter Umber Hulks. You still can't run from them, unfortunately. And, of course. Oh, well. Alright. We are very damaged here. I don't like this. Let's go ahead and have Ailey cast some Cure Critical Wounds on Adder, Cure Serious Wounds, because we're about to take a lot of damage. So, we definitely need our hit points up. We've been rather unlucky. I'm going to save the game too, because this could get pretty bad. In fact, actually, before we continue, we're going to go through the mine shaft. Let's go ahead and go to the temple level. And we'll take care of this. Normally I'd wait for this, but mostly because we're going to be taking a lot of damage in the future, I want to get this taken care of. So we come back to Durf, and Vala and Durf have a reunion, and now he assembles the staff for us. And now since we're here, we can rest up. Always go through the wrong room. Okay. Haste, Fireball, Ice Storm, Bless, Prayer, Cure Serious Wounds, Cure Wounds. Alright. Now take it back down to the 8th level. Now the 9th level has a teleporter, or a force field that has been generated by some sort of machine that prevents us from reaching the 9th level or lower. We don't actually need to reach the 9th level, but we do have to go through the below that. So in order to deal with this, we have to destroy the force field, but we can't reach it. So what do? Well, there's a malfunctioning teleporter on this level that will teleport us to the 9th level behind the force field generator. Very nice for us, but very unfortunate. It's because it's malfunctioning, we're going to take damage from it. So, and then get attacked by a lot of Umber Hulks immediately afterwards. So that's why I wanted to be full, because it can do a lot of damage. And our hit points were just a little bit low. I'll go ahead and do staff assembled, even though this split is a bit wonky, because normally I'd like to come here first, but 30 damage each. Some of us would have been down to the T or lower. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is still fine. Why am I worrying about it? Again, trying not to auto, and I should be fine auto. Decent Fireball. Good. Gaze didn't work. Okay, so now we survived that. So now we get to destroy the teleporter field. Defense. Attack. Okay, now we've destroyed the barrier, and where's our next teleporter at? There isn't one until we go into the dungeon, so yeah, I want to go ahead and go back to the temple now. Going to the temple will allow me to take a teleporter to the well. Go the wrong way, though. Oops, wrong place. I have the well pretty well memorized, mostly by using the coordinates that are down there, but messed up slightly there. Alright, should be able to train everybody. Level 14 Vala now attacks twice per round in melee. And we need to prepare our items here, too. Yes, of course. Good thing I came. I'm going to learn monsters. Now, are any of our characters over-leveled? Doesn't look... Yeah, we're fine. Okay. Aggravating can only gain one more level. Afro can gain an infinite amount as the thief. The cleric will gain a couple more. Fighters will actually gain a couple more. Okay, so now... Oh yeah, I did already give... Okay, so... Now, I need to do a couple of tricks. That's right. Alright. Wrong building. Okay, so now we're going to deposit. And deposit Vala's shield. You can't take items off of NPCs. You can give items to them, but you can't take any back unless we deposit them first. And now Abe will take it. Voila. So now Abe's going to take off all of his stuff, drop that, and trade it all to Adder, because this will be more convenient that way. And you will trade your cloak to Adder as well. Now we go back into the training hall. Now we view Adder. He's got 2 cloaks, a girdle, boots, banded mail, silver shield, +3. Very excellent. So, that is exactly the stuff we want. So we're going to save the game as A. We're going to remove Aggravating from the party, save the game as A again. Add A to the party. A is our baggage character. Going to go look at Adder and trade all of his items to A. Same as we did in the previous 2 games. We don't get close displacement this time, but it'll work. Overwrite him, and then draw out the rest of the party. Load up A. Add A back to the party. View A. Trade his... let's see, cloak to Afro, cloak to Ailey, girdle, boots, banded mail, silver shield to Abe. Okay. I'll remove him from the party. Aim. Add him back to the party. So let's see, we have 4, that'll give us 6. We need to do 1 more. Go ahead and get it done. Cloak. Okay. Remove him. Oblast. So that's unfortunate that I didn't save him. Oh well. Going too fast here can be a problem. Alright, silver shield, banded mail, boots, girdle, cloak to Ace. Another cloak to Abe, cloak to Vala, silver shield, banded mail, boots, girdle. Okay, now Afro. So, remove bags, overwrite bags. Save the game as A, add bags back again. Okay, so you need to do 3 more of each of these, except banded mail. I only need to do 2. This is +5 banded mail. It will give us maximum speed, as well as best armor class we can get. Make sure we all have some. Okay. Three silver shields, 2 banded mails, 3 girdles, 3 boots. That should be it. Okay. Okay, now let's add Aggravate in to make sure we've got everything. Okay, voila. Drop your chainmail. Boom. -11 armor class. 23 strength. Boots of speed, movement. Boom. -11, 24, 23. Good. Now, these silver shields are the most important thing we need to multiply because they are, they will allow us to reflect gazes, and we're about to encounter lots and lots of Medusa and... Thought I added Aggravate. They're going to allow us to do a lot of, we're going to encounter a lot of those guys, and we need to deal with them also. Okay, so we no longer need this plate mail, we no longer need this. I need to identify one of those wands and get rid of it. Also need to buy more arrows, probably, so. Trade the extra shield to Aggravate. Oh, and he needs a cloak. Probably have 2 cloaks, yes. Alright, so for this, we need to have everybody using the shields and not the, those things, not the bows, because otherwise we'll be vulnerable to getting turned to stone. So there we go. Everybody's set. Because he only has bracers +3, he doesn't have quite, but once we find the bracers +2, his armor class will be as good as everyone else's. He can't do thief stuff in banded mail, so that's why we have to give him the bracers. Okay. Now we need to go to the shop to find out which of these wands I need to get rid of, because if I remember... That's good, we want to get rid of some money anyway. Okay, don't want the wand of paralyzation. Ice Storm, Fireballs, Lightning. 2 wands of lightning, 2 wands of ice storm, wand of fireballs in the next. Okay, so we're doing pretty good there. But he needs more arrows, so... This might be enough arrows. Whoops. Last time. No. Not like I have a money problem. Okay, 150 arrows is probably going to be good. This will probably be enough for the rest of the game. And we still have way too much money, so that's okay. We're now so strong it doesn't matter though. So now we need to encamp, magic memorize our stuff, another stinging cloud, another cold, another cure critical and cure serious wounds. Alright, now time to go to the dungeon. Now I don't remember which one goes back to the... That's the problem. I think it's this one. Ha! Usually I memorize which one it is before I go through it, so... Down to B, the basement, or level 10, because they're not 10 keys. They won't use 0 for whatever reason. I went the wrong way, and so now I'm fighting a fight that I don't want to fight. Oh well. Well, time loss. Let's see. Gives me a chance to use up more of my magic items. Normally my missiles would be gone by now. First thing I'm going to do is use up this wand of magic missiles, because it's pretty much useless now. If I want to do more just single target ranged, I'm going to be using my bow. I need to use up my next missiles, and then Ice Storm will be my next focus. Yeah, lots and lots of... Okay, did use that up. Need to delay now until the characters... As always, you get a saving throw against it, but even the odds of... With all of these gazes, the odds of us resisting them all without shields or some sort of reflective surface is pretty close to nil, so... Another one here. These guys are kind of dangerous because they are poisonous, and I can get turned to stone by cockatrices who hit me as well, so I do need to try and remember to safety save a little bit here. You can get regular random encounters as well, so there's a lot of these guys we have to fight through, and these spiders can also poison us to death. That should be good. Very weak fireball. Excellent. 6 damage. One of the lowest I'll ever see. I think 4 is the very minimum I've ever actually seen. But I think it's theoretically 3. I think a 3-die fireball, which can do 3d6, which can roll just ones. Okay, I've used that up, so that's fine. Let's use Wand of Ice Storm next. It's phased, so I can't target it. Phase spiders and their weird little quirky things. Let's actually do a fireball next. So it'll hit more. Yeah, that'll be fine. Much better. Now our characters move 24, and it stacks with a haste spell. That would will improve our speed to 48, which is absolutely insane. Will allow us to chase down enemies no matter where they are. Okay, here is the next to last group. So many stones. I'm going to do nothing, in fact. They're taking care of it. Yeah, I need to be more circumspect with my fireball use now. Possibly even use spells instead of the wands. Because there are a few places, like against Frost Giants, where I definitely need to use the Wand of Fireballs and not Ice Storm, because their Frost Giants are immune. Okay, so let's do Ice Storm instead for this. Hit a couple more. Okay, now we enter the dungeon. This madman is here in the dungeon. So the dungeon is a few fights, but mostly just riddles we have to solve. So we get one of our first fights here. And this is dangerous because we also have a bunch of Driders. We want to do the melee. Hit them with an Ice Storm wand so that they can't cast, because otherwise they'll throw lightning bolts at us. Again, save the game because this is dangerous because of these mages. These are all mages. And now we can finally start using... gonna cast the fireball. Oh, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay, share. So I need to take here because we have... These are bracers, which are just bracers, but this is our fine one. Fine Longbow is going to go to Afro. And he is going to trade the Composite Longbow to Adder. So now Adder can be at range as well. In those. He's going to have to go non-auto combat, though, so that he'll actually use it. He'll use yours on auto for now. Okay. The Fine Longbow allows you to use your strength bonus, my plus 11, 23 strength damage, to every arrow hit. And you get more arrow attacks, you can do it at range. It is super duper awesome. Saving the game now. Alter order. Going to move Ailey up, so she was in the first row since she's just a cleric and can't do anything really except for attack. There are some staff slings you can find, but they are too out of the way to be worth it for her, so we just let her melee with everyone else. Okay, let's see. Portal here. Fix. I need to memorize what? One fireball? Couldn't do it. Ailey doesn't need it. Bleed though. Alright, so now... Answer the riddle. Your heart. You feel it. You thought you never will. Screams from the south. Let's see. Yeah, I need to go this way. We get into a fight against some Hydras. Okay, our swordsman we can still quick combat. Everybody else pretty much, I've used up a couple of my things. I'm going to use up my last wand before I switch to kind of bow work. You don't really care about them. Their treasure. Okay, we have to go through Oh, this door right here, through here. Okay, second level is almost done, or the 9th level. We start at the 10th level and then work down, I guess. Okay, you must give it after keeping it. It's your word. Or keep it after giving it. Yeah. Alright, so that puts us here. We need to go through here, this way. Through this secret door, bash through into this thing, through this secret door, up here. Next riddle. Hide a slice of feather but can't hold it for 10 minutes. It's your breath. If you get any of these wrong, you're teleported to the well. The well will actually give you the answer, but then you have to make your way back through the dungeon, so it's annoying. So let's see here now. Oh, first we have to go down and get the brass key. One of the other three, again, just 3 random MacGuffins that are needed in the final dungeon that you pick up here in this dungeon. And you don't know anything about it unless you talk to everybody and search everything, kind of. So. Quick. Done quick. Okay, now we get the brass key. It's the only thing that's here. Now the treasure is worth it. Back up here. Now we go over here this way. Time for the next level. One word. Mouth but does not speak. A bed but never sleeps is a river. Next set of levels. Have to go through here, which is more Umber Hulks. Easy fight. Whoops, wrong way. Here. Answer the riddle. One word. Run smoother than any Ryan. Loves to fall but cannot climb his water. The evil madman laughs some more. This is, again, a super easy level, and hey, we're done with this level. One word. You break it even if you name it. It is silence. Alright. Oh, yeah. This. Now. Oh, the silver key is down here. I need it. Here. Alright, Ice Storm is good for this room. Silver Key has the Bracers of Armor Class 2, another necklace for Aggravating. Ah, that's right, good. A new backup necklace. And the Bracers for the Wand is just like Paralyzation, though, so we don't need it. There's our Bracers Armor Class 3. Take the Silver Key. Now the guy is starting to get really mad at us, but he'll have us answer one more riddle. Pass before the sun. Oh, 2 more riddles, actually. This one is wind. Pass before the sun and makes no shadow. That could be a lot of things. Wind is the only one he accepts. Could be time, could be clouds really generally don't make a shadow. They kind of can, I guess. Now I have to figure out where I am again, which is difficult for some reason. That was very clumsily done, but whatever. Now we see a Sphinx here. She's going to, we're going to parlay, give her money. She kicks us out. And then we have to go back in, and she's gone. It's the only way is to pass through here anyway, so... Oh, darn it. I did it again. Okay, Ice Storm's good here because giants are immune to fire. I can otherwise quick combat, except a couple. through here. Now that can throw you off and force you into that room if you're going too quickly, in which case you have to fight 2 long battles. Now here's the last riddle. Fire. Give it something to feed it. Eat, it lives. If you give it something to drink, water, it dies. Most what you give it to drink is gasoline, but again, in the Middle Ages, they wouldn't know about that anyway, so I guess it's not entirely unsensible as a riddle. There are more fire giants, unfortunately. I need to do some lightning. I can do some lightning bolts here too. Alright, so that's the fire giants. Now, yeah, here. Almost done with the dungeon. Using a sonic scream, we attack the image and it goes away. Now we just go down the last stairs. This is the last level. Yeah, that's where the gold. Another encounter here against some mages and stuff, which is annoying. Which is very annoying because, it's hard to target the, mages. Darn. Oh yeah, this is bad. Ooh. No more of that. Haha, of course. One of the worst fights in the game. I probably should have gone ahead and used haste so I could have torn through them faster. More guards. Some are mages, so we have to deal with them. Oh, blast. Really? Okay, so Adder is unconscious, but she healed him. Don't worry. Ah, sheesh. Okay, used his last one. We'll just put on a bow. And shoot a little bit. Oh, I should have hit that guy. Darn it. Oh, he's the guy who cast it. I guess it doesn't matter. Now I need to hit him, though. Alright, Haley cast. Of course we're getting low rolls. You can get anywhere, you can get like up to 30 points and stuff from the Cure Critical, but you can do as little as 10-ish. That's why it's good to take some of these potions when you have them. Purple worms. I should have saved the game, but I switched. They can one-shot my characters, plus we're already weak. But that's why humans are actually, especially spellcasters, are actually the worst characters in the game. Okay, we don't actually need anything here, though, so we take the gold key. Got a couple of, only one actual big fight left. Save the game. Let them pass because they're running from more of the purple worms, so we're going to go ahead and cast our haste spell, our bless and our prayer. Go ahead and shoot them. There we go. Okay, and now we're in the western crevices. And we should be able to avoid most fights here. Dungeon explored. It's kind of not entirely easy, but it is faster than fighting most of these monsters. It turns you around and makes you try to run away from when you flee, but they'll follow you. However, you can... And so it's kind of complicated. If you move into where they are, they will keep catching you and force you into the choice for combat, but you can keep fleeing from them. But if you turn, then it'll say they're following you, but it doesn't really matter. You can just keep running away from them until you get to they'll stop following you once you get to one of these transition points. So on the things here is fine. We're doing okay, really. The Screams is from Sasha, the Flan Clerk again. Their Black Circle has her. They're going to sacrifice her or something. We can go rescue her, but we're not going to because it's speedrun. There, see, we got one that was heading straight, but... Here it is again, but they caught up to us, but luckily we can this way. Oh. Whew. Bad. Yep, I'm going to load my last save. Him getting to go at that time is really, really, really bad. He needs to be able to move forward enough to hit them with a spell, because they have limited range. The lightning bolts are too good, though. Okay, let's see where we're at. Okay, here. This section. Yeah, this is not too far away. I should have saved a little bit closer. Very inconvenient. That's about the worst that can happen here, though. Okay. Darn it. Okay, this is okay though. Let's see. They only got off one. I'm going to use this new necklace. Throw a fireball right there, and that will prevent any more spell cap. Okay, that made him lose the spell. Good. Afro has 1 hit point left. We really need to get to a teleport so we can get some healing. Dear. We are all out of healing. This is very bad. That was a lot of stuff. We get another fight? I think we do. Yeah, we're going to have a big fight coming up. Okay, we need to... And that was Ailey too, so all we can do is rest for a day. Okay. Memorize or cure light wounds. Wow, I can't believe that we're actually able to rest here. Usually you can't in areas like this. I've never needed to before, but again, actually having less hit points than in my standard run makes this more dangerous. Okay, we're actually going to cast our haste and Blessing prayer spells for this fight because it's pretty nasty. This one doesn't look bad, and it really isn't, but it's the one afterwards. It's more mages and powerful mages and fighters we have to take care of. One of the other things is that I have a ranger who is low-key really, really useful because of giving us more chance to surprise the enemy and therefore get to hit them first. It's not super guaranteed, but it gives us enough that a lot of these fights go easier, and I can only reload. I can maybe only reload once to get the effect. So now, okay, perfect. Okay. Alright. Now that's the last battle. Now we can go to a teleporter to go level up. Okay, this is 714. Yeah. Okay, our last level up for him. He doesn't get any more. And we are just a little bit of experience from leveling up again. So, yep, all of our characters are. Just about. Most of them, anyway. The 4 single-class characters. Heal. Yay. Much bigger heal. Okay, since I need just a little bit of experience, we're going to come here, rest for days, and eventually monsters attack. Oh no. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and use the one lightning that we have and have never used. There we go. So this will give us enough experience to level again. Twelve fighters now. 12 cleric, 12 fighter. Cure light wound, hold person, dispel magic, another heal. So for now we have to deal with lots of frost giants, so. Big fireball, yeah, there we go. That's what we like to see. They're throwing boulders at us. In the meantime, we have to bash through this door. Golly, they're in the wrong. More guards come. We deal with the guards. Cast another fireball. Adder. Good thing I quit, actually. That's so I can give him the bow back again. Almost as good a fireball. You can't cast fireball anymore, so just going to use the necklace. Only 21 hit points left. Sheesh. Getting hit way too many times. More guards here. Now, the Frost Giants live in these mountains, and they're angry at the humans, specifically the Black Circle, but they think it's us too, for melting the glacier and ruining their home, and so they're in a war with them. The last fight we had with the Frost Giants, before we entered their keep, they accused us, attacked us, and then the Black Circle is like, thanks for getting rid of those annoying giant guards. So there's a war between the Black Circle, their fire giant allies that they're using to do this, and of course the Frost Giants. Eventually we'll be able to pacify them, but it's going to take a little bit. We have to fight through a lot of giants before we can really do anything. And of course all their mammoth pets. Ooh, good fireball from there. Okay, last fight against the Frost Giants, unless we get random encounters, which I really hope we don't. Okay, let's put on our shield so we have some protection. As I use lightning bolts to damage a lot of Frost Giants. They're not vulnerable to fire, so the fireballs aren't any better than lightning bolts are. They're just immune to frost. So no ice storms, which is fine. Let's go and do it again. Back. There we go. All done. Now we can't get random encounters of Frost Giants here. We don't want that. Oh, we can run back from that, though. We talked to him, and we agreed to help. Oh, darn. Forgot to cast my haste spells. Oh well, this fight is not that dangerous anyway. Second fight's kind of annoying, but we should be fine. Ice Storm for this fight. Weak Ice Storm. Very bad roll. I love when the NPCs get the final hit, it's hilarious. You're just going to do nothing. Okay, now I need to use the necklace again. Should have gotten a bit closer. Oh well, that'll be enough. That'll hit all the mages, so they won't be able to cast on me. Alright. If we had haste on, this would go a little bit better and quicker, but oh well. Two bad hits. Finish him off with this. Very good. Now we get treasure for helping the Frost Giants out, including this is Longsword and everything +4, right? Yeah. Our main character, take the shield and longsword for now. They'll be a bit better. We'll get another silver shield later that's an improvement. For now we want to go to the dungeon. So that we can go back to train again. We should be able to train a little bit. Plus we need to rest anyway. Darn. Did get to train Ailey up as a cleric level. Now we should... getting kind of close to level 14. Wonder how much we are away. I think we're only about 9,000 experience away from leveling is the problem. Because I think it's every 250,000. So let's see, are we going to get another chance before then? No, not really. So, yeah, I need to get up to level 13 before we continue on to a little bit easier. So, we're going to get up some experience here. Just use 2 fireballs, that's all I use. Plus Frost Giants pacified as well. Monsters back, which is fine. We're just going to go through this fast, and then I'm going... So, yeah. Just as fast as I thought. That's only 100, unfortunately. Probably I got through the teleporter to a higher level area where it would get more. 600. I'm not guaranteed that it'll be more though, that's the problem. Well, there's actually a fight. Because they'll allow us to pass through. We'll get in another fight here, and this should actually be enough to level us. Okay. Shield fine longbow. There we go, 12,000 experience. Should have just done this to begin. Oh. So we can't run from monsters in the western crevices. Luckily, they are pretty easy to... Most of them are easy to kill. We're going to need to save now. Yeah, back west to me. Take the teleporter back. Hopefully go level up if I remember my fighter leveling up good enough. That's what I thought. Okay. Started on it. That's all I need to do. Okay, back one more time to the Frost Giants village. This will be the last time we pass through your village, I promise, Frost Giants. That's the nice thing about saving them rather than fighting them, is that it makes that travel back to the teleporter that much quicker, and you don't have to worry about random encounters in there and then. So, but now I need the map to these. And again, these are the areas where I can get nasty random encounters that I don't want, so I need to save the game. It's not as bad as Curse of the Azure Bonds, but it can be. Okay, these are fine. Anything that's just monsters, you usually get 2 to 3 of them, and they go down really fast, so it's quick. The fighters and the mages, you get like a dozen, and they're more powerful and more damaging, so those we just want to reload. Ice Groans around you also is a random encounter, actually. That just happens randomly. It could happen, please. That. Giants are generally not good, but that's going fast enough. I took a lot of steps, so this will be fine. It's not going as fast as it should be, but oh well. You're just gonna do it. Let the other people do it. Auto ready his bow, actually. Go ahead and use up some arrows. Maybe the next battle. We have to attack these fighters. So use... I don't have my necklace anymore. I've already used it up, so I need to use the fireballs so that I can hit all the mages. Yes, this will hit all the mages. You just... Okay, good. You're casting? No. Now I can use a Wand of Ice Storm instead, because it'll hit a low enough area. More damage. Okay, wand, shield, bow. More experience. A lot of required fights in this section, in addition to many random encounters. Like Castle Guard's attack. That's one of the nope sorries. Moraz, that's fine. They can instant kill me, but it's very low chance of that happening, so... They're also worth almost no experience, strangely, though they should be worth a lot, but oh well. I've gone way too far. I'll just take the battle and be done. They're just fighters. Okay. Need to save after that. Let's go ahead and refreshen up her hit points a little bit. 10 points, of course. Whatever. The ice groans around you. The melting glacier is causing earthquakes and stuff. So of course it's a problem. Oh yeah, I'm here. Monsters attack, that's fine. think I have the wrong person. No, not now. I also think I might have gone to... Ollie all the way up there. No. I could be slightly lost. Forgot where I was because of the things going. South 4380s. The right coordinate. Okay, let me see. This is... It must be. Yeah, okay. Good. Now I take this southern route, and we're fine. Okay, we have to attack these cloud giants and such. Frost dragons, ice dragons. Believe it or not, ice works perfectly fine against the white dragons. Not even immune to their own breath. How inconvenient for first level dragons. Oh, 2 or more, this is not a big problem. Save the game, just in case we get another worse encounter. Alright, moving forward. Red dragon's on guard here. Bit of a problem. We'll take care of it. Hopefully they don't breathe too much on my cleric. They could kill her. We don't want that. Alright. Now we go straight forward. Castle guards? Ooh, definitely not. Look at all those troops you have. Too many. Oops, that's Curse of the Azure Bonds. It'd help if I loaded up the right game, no? Another big nope. You're not. Maybe it's just going to be blank now, but it's as good as malfunctioning, really. There we go. Fixed. Probably should have done it a long time ago. It's going to take the time to do it, but oh well. I was hoping I'd get into a fight where it would be auto enough that I could do it. Problem with this part of the game is I need to control my characters a bit too much to leave them on full auto. Just kind of a bit inconvenient, but oh well. Whatever. And now they're throwing the horrible luck at me again. Come on. Let me through. I'm almost done with areas of random encounters, period. The final dungeon has only one random encounter you have to take, and then once it's gone, you don't have to worry about it. Take a few steps. Save. Alright. Dragons are more dangerous because they insta-hit. Huge white dragons attack. Not really scary. As I said, not scary. Guards, good thing I saved when I did. Oh my word. Come on. I'm really glad. The nice thing about Secret Silver Blades is this is the one area where random encounters are really any kind of a problem whatsoever. And if I get lucky enough, even then it isn't that big of a deal. Let's use lightning. Okay, well that's going to eliminate his turn, which is convenient at least. Excellent. Okay, so I took a bit of damage there on a bat guy, but that's it. White dragons attack, that's fine. Less dangerous and easier to kill than most. Oh darn, I wanted to use my haste spell here. Where was my last save? I was so close to the end, I totally forgot where I was. I really want a haste spell for that fight, though. And I'm going to get 7 more encounters on the way because it skipped. Oh, right here, in fact. Awesome. This is it. Okay, haste, bless, prayer. That's really it. Okay, we'll just have you okay, a bow temporarily, because these guys are fine. Now we have mages who are much more dangerous. So this one. Okay. So, to guarantee that we don't get any spells, we need to use one of the fireballs. Again. Alright, that's it. Okay, now Oswulf gives us his equipment. The spirit of Oswulf was fighting the circle back to keep him from penetrating the castle, so we took care of that. No worries. Now we're going to save, quit to DOS. So, because we get his sword and shield, a +5 silver longsword and a +5 silver shield. Not going to get better. Plus, we're going to have to deal with Medusa again, so it's nice to get a new upgraded shield just in time. So, remove Agravain again. Add good old bags. You Abe, trade these. I need 7 shields and 6 swords. Alright, same kinds of shenanigans I've done 3 times already. I'm gonna have an extra sword. Oops. Hello, hello, Nightwind song. Just in time for the grand finale of this very long run. And we're all going to just want our sword and shield for these anyway, actually. Oh yeah, longbow. Alright, save the game. Save, begin adventuring. Castle has been penetrated. Right now, I always get confused on this room, even though I shouldn't. It's really simple. I go to the second door here, wait, we come in, and here's a bunch of Medusa. And it's going to be slightly slow because our back guys can't reach them, but at least they have shields to protect themselves. But that's easy. Now we're... not quite enough to reach level 14, which is unfortunate. So I need to get my last fight in, I believe. Ah, here she is. Attack the Medusa. Oh yeah, I forgot about the storm giants are throwing lightning bolts. That's bad. Very powerful ones, too. Still not quite enough to level, probably. I guess we'll find out. Okay, yep, 114. Nice. Yep. Level 13 Thief. Yay. Okay, well, I guess it's 13th level. I think that's actually the level I need, though. I thought it was 14 for a bit, but it is 13 level fighters, now that I remember. Important thing is that we can sleep, haste, bless, prayer, cure wounds. Yeah, this is the place. I think I thought it wasn't. Okay, now we need to pull this lever. We get now we go through this moving wall. These are those moving walls that you see in things you know, generally like mystery movies, especially type humorous ones. That's a teleporter, takes us up to the second level. Now we have to remove the trap. Oops. Last. Wrong person. I was supposed to have Afro do that. But instead, I took a lot of damage. F40. Yeah, this is... Volley, now volley of ballista bolts. Awesome. Ooh. It was very rough. Damage I should not have taken. My thief did not do his proper job. Speak, steal, eye, and these golems will leave me alone. I went to the... Oh well. I keep doing that recently. I get slightly lost in this maze. That's okay. We're almost through it. Alright. I'm gonna try fixing. Excellent. Good. I thought that it was probably safe since there are no random encounters. That's the good news. Get through those real fast. Let the Lich attack first. It's just an illusion. We bash through the lightning sheet. And it doesn't harm us. If we try anything else, it does. This door says, truthfully, that the Dreadlord is this way. Now, 13 is the silver key. It's silver, gold, and then brass. Which is a really odd order, but that's the one that we have. We have to speak here and say that we are Oswulf, his brother, and he'll let us pass. Otherwise, we get attacked by something or something. I can't quite remember. Should have a third haste spell memorized for this fight, but I can do another bless and prayer really fast. Alright, so... Darn. I'm going to use wand of fireballs. Okay, that'll get some of them. Excellent, excellent. Okay, so everybody's damaged at least. Just to get the producer real fast. Another fireball. There. We'll get the clerics again, which is the most important. Oops. Alright. First battle done. There are 4 battles left rather, but the last one is a joke, so... Okay, this one we have to try the gold key. Okay, here is one of the more powerful fights. The Dreadlord's champion is here, and he is got Girdle of Giant Strength, Plate Mail +5. He's one of the most powerful people, so we want to be hasted for this fight. Okay, I can use the Wand of Ice Storm here, because there are only a few clerics. Ooh, this looks... Yes, actually. Let's use Wand of Lightning. Didn't quite hit them twice, but went through the whole line. That's it. So that's big fight down. An 8 door. Now we try the brass key. A lot of hydras in here, we really don't care. They're massive pyrohydras, but they're not that dangerous, really. Especially when we get to go first and kill them. Okay, so now, this is it, the Dreadlord. Make sure we have a fresh haste. Fresh bless and prayer. Save the game, because this could be a terrible fight. Here's the Dreadlord, the penultimate fight, the ultimate fight. They're not one and the same in this case because of how, work. Okay, so you're gonna damage this guy, kill him good. I am so glad that was not good. Okay, done. Is she dead? She's probably dead, huh? Yep. Cleric's dead. Excellent start. Well, won't be a big deal if I can get through this fight, because I won't really need healing anymore. Red Lord has, unfortunately, a very powerful immunity to most spells, so like a Globe Invulnerability, which makes him immune to 1st or 4th level spells, very, very tough to deal with. So my wands are totally ineffective against him. Let's go ahead and try casting the Only hit one person? She bad. But hey, we took care of him. Okay. So fortunately our cleric is dead, but we don't need her anymore, so we're fine. We only have one fight left, and here it is. Explore the room. Just got auto combat here, and we'll be fine. Final battle. Because we've killed the witch, but we have to destroy his phylactery, which is hidden in this room, guarded by all the iron golems. We destroy it, and boom, that's it. Game 1. Now you can continue the game, but you can't really do anything. You can't even resurrect your dead character because the people in the temple are too busy partying. I think we can go to Durf, and maybe he will resurrect us in the Temple of Tyr, but we don't really need it anymore. That's the end. So we've taken this party all the way from Pool of Radiance, all the way up through Secret of the Silver Blades, in under 4 hours, which is pretty amazing. Very, very nice little run there. Pool of Radiance run 25-ish minutes, which is a little slow, but I have to do extra stuff that I wouldn't in Pool of Radiance, the new any percent, because I have 6 characters. Finished the first one, to Curse the Azure Bonds, in 131, despite having a few troubles. That's faster than I did that a few days ago, just the 2-game set. And then from there, it took me 2 hours and 16 minutes-ish to do Secret of the Silver Blades, and it was really rough. So that's pretty nice. Very proud of that. Glad to have this. That's going to be all for me today. Thanks for tuning in to this really incredible run, and that's going to be it. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, fellows. I'll talk to you later.